Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. Every now and then I have a mum come up to me and chat about how difficult it is being a mum without her own mum around. So there are mums whose mothers died before their children were born, and that creates a really special deep ache within their hearts. Not only do they miss not being able to ask them the sorts of questions and things, especially when they've been a loving mum, they also miss being able to share those magical moments that you do want to share with the people who love your children the most. So I want to touch on that just for a moment. The very first thing I want to say is that there are other people in our world, and sometimes they're older, a bit like your mum, and every now and then I'm told I am the person that reminds them of their mum because of the way that I sometimes say things. A little bit of common sense, don't worry, it's fine, have a cup of tea, this is normal. All of those little messages of encouragement is actually what every single mother needs, whether it's from a mum or a girlfriend or a sister. So remember, are you getting messages of encouragement from the sisterhood or the people in your life? And if you're not, keep looking, because there are really lovely people out there who can be that supportive person. In my 9 Things book, I talk about you needing a Wilma, in other words, a wise woman who's already had children, who when she speaks to you or listens to you, she never makes you feel worse. So feel free to adopt me as your virtual mother, that's good. But the second one underneath it is that ache you have with wanting to share that beautiful experience that you just had with your newborn or the first time they walked because she's not here. I'd love to suggest you get yourself a special book that you can write those experiences in with a photograph, and please make it a book of letters for your mum. Mum, I know you would have been thrilled with this. Do you remember you told me about this and my son or my daughter's done something very similar? Seriously, books of letters for someone who has gone actually make us feel we've told them. So it reduces that angst that's in our heart that they're missing all these opportunities. And the second one might sound a bit woo-woo, but I just want you to pretend that your mum can still see you from a distance, that she's beyond a veil that's invisible, because that has brought enormous comfort to so many who just have a sense that mum's watching silently from somewhere afar. So again, it's about us creating some comfort within ourselves. And if we have to use our imagination, please go for it. And then there are also mums out there whose mums are the sorts of mums we don't want to have anything to do with. We've been estranged from them because they were either really toxic influences in our life. You are also a motherless mum at some point. So the suggestions that I've just made about finding somebody to fill that space, please do that. I have created a few friendships in my life with older women who I've always felt were extra mums, mum influences in my life, and I love them just as much, even though we're not biologically related. So again, hand on your heart, yes, it is more difficult if you haven't got a loving mum somewhere in your life when you're being a mum, but there are ways that you can make that a bit easier. And I want you to take that message forward in your life so that as you get older, even older and wrinkly like me, you remember how valuable it is to be a loving mother presence for other young mums who are still coming along the journey. I hope that makes some sense to all of you out there, and I send you my biggest hugs to everybody out there who needs a mama hug right now. That's all for today.